Group urges unvarying world accounting standards for nonprofits. Accounting standard setters from around the world aim for a single set of international financial reporting guidelines for not-for-profit organizations, with some saying an urgent need exists for the guidance. The International Forum of Accounting Standard Setters, at its April 5th meeting, moved toward creation of a working group that would devise how to go about developing such standards. Developing countries need guidance. Tamba Momo of Sierra Leone's Accounting, Auditing, and Institutional Governance Board described the lack of consistent accounting by nonprofits as a very serious issue in developing countries. Standard setters and national authorities should stop passing the ball, he suggested at the forum's gathering in Toronto. The topic of how a wide variety of non-for-profit enterprises should report their activities, from mom-and-pop charities to giant hospitals run by universities to far-flung NGOs, has bedeviled rulemakers such as the Financial Accounting Standards Board. Issues such as how to handle grants and basic definitional questions have proven challenging for the standard setters. Who should undertake the project? A key question is whether the International Accounting Standards Board would be able to carry out the task and is the appropriate venue for rulemaking for nonprofits. An IASB alternative would be to have the International Public Sector Accounting Standards Board conduct the project. If a comprehensive project were pursued by the IPS-ASB, it could take a long time to complete, as would a comparable effort by the IASB. IPS-ASB is a self-governance branch of the International Federation of Accountants, the professional group that includes the American Institute of CPAs. Ian Carruthers, IPS-ASB's new chairman, suggested that non-governmental organizations and other non-for-profit entities are spending money and time addressing various regulators' reporting requirements, as well as those of their funders, when they'd rather use those resources to deliver services. IASB Vice Chairman not optimistic. For IASB to take up the cudgel would require that the staff of the London-based board calls an expansion of the panel's mandate. The IASB panel variant, the IFRS Foundation, has to clear that broadening of the group's mission. The Foundation is expected to consider the issue at its next meeting in May. However, IASB Vice Chairman Ian McIntosh told the International Forum April, "I wouldn't be overly optimistic at this stage. It's still up in the air." He suggested that the views of many IFRS Foundation members, as expressed to the IASB, are that the board has enough to do in its core work of writing corporate financial reporting rules. It has limited resources and you should stick to your knitting. Working Group Volunteers. At the end of the April 5th discussion on not-for-profits accounting, Forum Chairman Tricia O'Malley saw a variety of rulemakers volunteer their organization for the working group. Those forum participants who volunteered for the accounting working group include Momo, Carruthers, Daniel Sarmiento Pavas of the Public Accounting Technical Council of Colombia, Linda Mason, Chair of the Canadian Accounting Standards Board, Nokuthula Thuli Bamusa, a Senior Director at the Pan-African Federation of Accountants, Jeffrey McKenney, a FASB staff accountant specializing in not-for-profit issues, and Peter Sampers of the Dutch Accounting Standards Board.